Hey guys, it's your boy Phil Shocker here, and you're wondering why this is a post-com. I did do a live com, but as you can tell by the result of my mood, and most likely you know the result of the game, I didn't pay attention and I didn't turn off my OBS recording. So it captured the conversation I had with my opponent Wokes here, who took over for the Killaboom and the Munchlax United, and I don't feel like showing off any personal messages in Discord or anything like that, or stuff like that. So it's just gonna have to be a post com. Just please deal with it. I'm very upset because I'm just gonna spoil it right now. We lost, and I bet you can imagine how we lost. Yeah, so I'm just not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna go ahead and let you guys. I'm gonna actually just do this on normal. I'm just gonna let this battle play out for you guys. You guys can watch it. I don't really care anymore about this game. It's done and over with. So yeah, it's done and over with. I don't care. Doesn't really matter to me anymore. So yeah, I'm just gonna focus on what's on here. Not kind of care about anything else. So yeah, as you can see, we get a freeze. The fusion, in my honest opinion, doesn't matter. Also, ignore my opponent. He had every right to be angry when it came to this freeze. That Jolteon was max HP, max Pdef, Calm Nature, which I actually think that was a very weird bring, but hey, who am I to judge the brings, right? Who am I to judge the bring? I wish I had clicked Hex right there. Hex at neutral could have been able to 2 KO that Milotic potentially, but then the off chance he went Mammo Swine, I wanted to. I guess in the off chance he went Togekiss, I should have. I think not having an electric move kind of cost me as well, but yeah, so. Here I wish I had packed a Psychic type move over. Maybe I probably have packed Calm. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe over Sub I should have had something like maybe Shadow Ball. Maybe it should have been a physical set, and if I was faster than Scarf take Kiss by a certain range, stuff like that, I could have done something, but it's whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and skip a little bit here because it's just basically us clicking till. Also, don't let him be acting a little cocky, be rude or anything like that. He's just wondering what I actually do here because, you know, in his mind he thinks this game's basically over now because it's over. But there is something I need to discuss real quick. My Zapdos set. You guys saw in the team builder it was a sub bulk up with Choice Scarf. Either it defaulted Choice Scarf or I didn't make the planes to change the sets and I just forgot either the set to change or the item to change. But as you're about to see, it cost us the game. Luckily with this set, it wasn't a really physically defensive Lottie set. So Brave Bird should kill at this range. It did kill, so Zapdos got another KO, so that's nice at least. In came to my Milotic. I was not gonna risk it. I was gonna go into my Flygon. If I had saved my Flygon, I would have won. I probably could have won this game, but so I'm gonna Boom Burst, expecting the Togekiss to come in. He just goes for the safe play and Skull. I'm just gonna go hard out into Rotom Heat here. And he's just apologizing for the fact that if it ends up being a stall war, it's a stall war. I really wish I had a Nasty Plot there. But then again, he would have been able to trick me. He must have baited me right there with that Nasty Plot, because then I could have Nasty Plot and I could have safely locked into Hex, and even if the Togekiss comes back in. I just hexed. So I saved my one here. So he's going to make the smart play and recover instead of scolding right there, which is very smart. And right here, I'm just going to spam Giga Drain. I get better crit, but the crit doesn't matter. He's primarily specially defensive instead of physical defensive bulk. He just had the Marvel skill just for a defensive bulk, so, you know, if I was choice specs, it's probably a little more different. I'd probably be able to pick up some KOs here. I did go for the Giga Drain, even though he could have gone to Kiss right there. And, yeah, Milotic gets its kill right there. Here comes my Spirit Tomb. I have pressure, so I'm basically putting the pressure on him right now. He's going to Toxic. I get to land my Poltergeist, which does fairly enough damage. And then he is just going to click Recover. He goes for the I go for the Poltergeist, and I miss again. Why wouldn't I miss? You know, it's just, it wouldn't be a thriller video if I miss a move that makes no sense to miss. In comes the Poltergeist again, because he's going to go for that. Does nice chunky damage. He's going to go ahead and trick this Choice Scarf onto me here. I wish I had gone into, knowing he was going to trick right there, I should have probably made the switch into Vanillix. Because then I could have actually just spammed Freeze Dry and knocked him out. Or something like that, but yeah, all his mons apparently had, so he's just gonna roost here, which I don't think was the smart play. As I go for the Poltergeist and miss, so it makes it is a smart play. So Milotic gets a second kill because of Toxic. He's gonna Air Slash. Togekiss picks up a kill right there. Here goes my Rotom Heat. I'm gonna Nasty Plot. There's no other way around that. He's going to Air Slash. And Milotic is going to pick up another kill. No, it's Jolteon that's going to pick up the kill here. So I'm going to click Overheat. It was a risky play to click Overheat right there. So he is going to make the smart play and roost. And that's basically game, guys. There's nothing I can do here. My Hail is up. I come to a dash. I go for the Brave Bird. Guarantee knocks him out that range. And basically Milotic comes in. Milotic just clicks Scald. Either goes for the burn chance or tries to knock me out as I Brave Bird here. But he makes a bit of a misplay in my opinion by going for the Toxic right there. That was 100% a misplay. You should have always clicked Scald there. Scald would pick up that KO. But I think clicking Toxic, first of all, I think is a disrespectful move though, by the way. So Wokes, if you ever see this battle, I would never do that because you basically could have just screwed yourself because you saw I did 43% with Brave Bird. If that was a Choice Banded Zapdos set, first off, Zapdos would have 2-hit KO'd you, guaranteed, and then you would have lost. So, the only other problem would have been if Latios, obviously, but I was making sure Scarf was alright in this game. But you should never do that. Never do that. Because you could have just gave me the win right there. But as you see, I do 43%. He's going to take 7% from recoil damage. So, basically, it comes down to a roll. If I get a max low roll, which is probably around 41% or something like that, he wins. If I get pretty much the same roll with this Brave Bird, I essentially win. So it just comes down to this. As I'm going to go for the Brave Bird. Mix up on the max roll. And I'm going to die to Toxic. As a lot of you guys know, I don't like uploading battles I hate seeing replays of. But I'm going to stop making excuses not to upload these battles because of stall or something like that. I am going to purposely make sure I upload these battles because it's fair for you guys to see the weeks, and it's not fair to just get spoiled about the result and then move on the next week. You guys want to see how the battle played out. So I think it was only fair I did this one. I'm very disappointed how this game ended. It ended literally on stall, which you guys know. If you're new to the channel, I hate playing stall, and I hate playing stall players. He purposely said to himself that he was sorry that he's playing like this, and it was only win con. If you really realistically think about it, technically it was his only way to win this match. Because if he didn't, he would have lost my Milotic so early. If I had just freeze dried in front of if I had Aurora Veil and then went freeze dry, I would have been able to handle this Milotic so much better. I could have just kept clicking freeze dry, knowing that he was going to switch out, or expecting him to want to recover or something like that. I go for freeze dry again. It's just all I would have potentially got that freeze again, and they could have water pulse going the damage, and then my leg was in a range where it's never gonna get a free chance to recover. So it is what it is. I don't think it would have made a difference if I brought Sand Slash. Sand Slash would have been able to handle the 5 out of the 6, but was not expecting my leg to be a big issue. And even if my leg was an issue, I could have been able to kind of comfortably handle that thing pretty well. Him landing all those toxics too just mattered. He didn't miss one single toxic, which mind boggles me. You should always at least miss one. But hey, man, you win some, you lose some. It just sucks that it came down to stall that I lost. Again, I would rather lose to a skilled player than a stall player. And I can understand he wasn't purposely trying to stall, but if you look at his sets, all of them were made to stall. Jolteon the Toxic, Volt Switch out. Roost, Lottie, Roost, Kogakiss, Recover, Milotic. It's a cancer. This was a cancer setup, and it is what it is. We're now 3-3. Differential doesn't get hurt. Basically nullifies our Week 5 game, so we're still roughly in the top 8. We do now have to basically win 3 of our last 4 games to clinch playoffs. If we only win 2 of our last 4 games, it comes down to differential. So pressure basically got put on me now to try to win. So, which I wanted to try to win, but I also want to have fun. So, yeah, it is what it is. And if you guys want to say you shouldn't be complaining, you shouldn't sound depressed, it's just Pokemon, you guys understand this is still a competition. It's a relatively competitive stuff, and the goal is to win, and you just gotta. The goal is to win and just have fun.